Good evening and welcome back to another segment of Growth Malaysia's interview with captains of industries and leading personalities. And tonight we have Mr. Edmund Kong, the CEO of Trillion Capital Management. Welcome, Mr. Edmund.
Hi, thanks.
Right. For the benefit of our viewers, perhaps you could explain what do you do and what kind of solutions you bring to people.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Edmund Kong. I'm the CEO of Trillion Capital Management, Chandran Berhad. Trillion is started since 2011. We are providing the banking and financial advisory to the individual and also to SME as well. So in order to help our people, our customer, to solve their financial problems and also to help them to get the best banking solutions in order to solve their financial problems.
Right. Sounds like the word financial problems has been mentioned a few times. And you know we are now facing the COVID-19 pandemic, and we are all locked down in some ways under the movement control order. And this has impacted many businesses, small, medium, and large as well. And we also have micro enterprises that are also severely impacted. And this has even trickled down to the individual, basically every man in the street, right? So in one way or another, this is like a perfect storm that has hit everyone. And of course, part of it would be negative impact in terms of financials. I mean, with the movement control order, we know that businesses, majority of businesses can't be open. We can't access customers. Everyone is at home. And this has somehow definitely affected income and customers, paying customers. So walk us through, what is the real impact of this COVID-19 pandemic on the economy, how it has affected large businesses, SME businesses, and even the perspective of employees who are at risk of losing their jobs or having pay cuts?
Okay, yeah, I can say that this is quite bad impact compared with we remember back our 2008, the financial crisis, and also together with the H1N1 back to 2008 and 2009. They're only affected to several financial sectors, but right now this COVID-19 is considered affected the whole economy and also the whole industry. So not only tourism and also like related tourism like manufacturing, like hotel also affecting very much. Like large company, although I can say that recently government have launched this special relief financings to a lot of large company and also SME, but I believe that the operations cost and also operating are quite huge expenses to them. If let's say this COVID-19 not solved in these 3 months to 6 months, I can foresee that a big retrenchment is coming in soon. It's quite bad.
So large companies, they have access to resources, funding, they can structure stuff. But what about SMEs, right? What is what do you think in your experience? What is the lifeline of an SME if they have zero revenue? How long can they last?
This one, for big SME, I just can say that probably they already have some contingency plan for them.
There are no large SMEs. They are either small enterprises or medium size. So the medium ones are, say, for manufacturing, it's up to 200 million, and for services, it's up to 50 million. Yeah. So how long can they ask? Yeah.
Probably 3 months.
3 months.
Because 3 months is a max already. Because I just can say for SME to earn few millions is not easy. But probably these 2 months can make them to lose for these few millions already immediately.
Wow.
Yes, correct. That's why I just can say that maybe my advice to them is try to call to their banker to check whatever financing they have right now. maybe the deferment plan, the moratorium plan can help them, because you no need to pay for the installment plan for the next 6 months. And also HSBC and also OCBC Bank today just announced that, saying that zero interest for for this coming 6 months, no compounding interest. I think this should be a good news to them, but the operating cost still there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So can you just make it clear what is so special? I mean, we have heard of the announcements by the Prime Minister earlier this week, where he announced about the withdrawal from the EPF, of 500 ringgit per month, and that didn't get received very well. But then there was this announcement by Bank Negara on the 6 months moratorium. But there's always a catch, right? Can you just tell us a little bit insofar as interest is concerned?
For me, what I understand, if maybe I'm not correct me if wrong. I think this is a good plan, even though maybe have some catch, some interest. You need to pay for the next 6 months, maybe. Actually, most of the bank didn't mention very clearly yet. But the thing is that for this coming 6 months, you don't need to pay any installments. You can save your cash flow. So your example, your SME, if let's say you're taking for 1 million for the term loan, probably you have to pay for 20,000. But if let's say for coming 6 months, you can save about 100,000 for your company. And for individual, if let's say for these moratoriums plans, you don't need to pay your housing loan, and also you don't need to pay your car loan. One housing loan probably 2,000 to 3,000 for normal households. If let's say for one car loan, probably 1,000, easily you can save about 3,000 to 4,000 a month. Next 6 months, probably
for individual, right?
That's a lot
ordinary Malaysian.
So later on, then only you slowly to pay back the interest. I don't think this is a problems to everyone. I strongly think that this is a very good plan from the government.
Correct, because we're all supposed to be on survival mode, so we should not be discussing interest and all that, right? Yeah. It's just a question about survival through this storm. Yeah, you just need to be alive, and then we'll tackle that towards the end of our loan.
Yeah, but, because
yeah.
So
please.
Yeah, Bank also say that if let's say you don't like you want to continue to make the payments, you can recall to your bank to request to cancel this moratorium, and you can still continue to pay for your repayment every month as usual.
Right. I've got two further questions on this moratorium. The first one, then suddenly HSBC had its own announcement. Do you think other banks would follow suit? I mean, what is HSBC's thinking behind this?
Okay.
Interest is compounded, right?
Yeah, even the interest compounded also waived already.
For HSBC. And also, do you think other banks will follow suit?
Yeah, not OCBC. Also, the second bank announced that this month the interest waived, even though the compounded interest also waived also.
Okay, so you think more banks will jump into this bandwagon?
Right. Yeah, I believe that this is a CSR from the large company. They are doing payback to the society.
Despite it being reflected in their financial reports further down this line this year. It's only banks, and their bottom lines, right? Okay, second, how do you get around this moratorium? Do you need to apply for it? Is it better to apply for it? Because there's this word automatic, that's being used. So can you clarify this point?
Okay, right now, Bank Negara already have a letter saying that you no need to apply for these moratoriums programs, but maybe bank also need to call you to clarify whether if let's say you have some late payment, probably they will call you to confirm like this. So I believe that this is automatic for the moratorium plans, but for the SME have to apply.
Right. So, and this takes effect from April the 1st, right? So if I'm a person, I don't know. I mean, there apparently a set of requirements. You must not be in arrears of up to more than 90 days, and
Yes, correct.
yeah, other requirements as well. So do we wait for the bank to call you? Do you call up? What would you advise to ordinary people as well as businesses, SME businesses?
Okay.
Yeah. Who do we
If
turn to make this clear? Because we don't want to be loud by the word automatic, and we say, yeah, it's done, and then later on down the line you still get calls for you to make payments on these installments. Yeah.
Okay, got two ways lah. First, you maybe you can call back to your banks, your customer service to check, okay, see whether your profile is already automatic transfer to this moratorium program or not. Or maybe you can log into the website to check your housing loan or your car loan, okay, to check whether what is the procedure that we need to apply. So if let's say no, maybe you can call to the customer service to check, because right now bank is a essential business, so they're 24 hours still working. So then maybe you can use these three ways to call to the bank to clarify whether your status of your moratorium.
Right. How is the take up of this moratorium so far? Since its announcement a few days ago, have you received any requests for assistance and help? Are the banks ready and equipped to answer these queries?
Yes, correct. We because since we are a banking consultancy company, a lot of customers also ask us how to apply. I just usually tell them, okay, this is automatic, so that don't worry, because it is effective on 1st of April. But if let's say your March payment or February payment still haven't paid yet, you still have to serve for the installment, because this is effective 1st of April. And also not if let's say your previous record is more than 90 days, maybe you're not eligible for this plan. I just advise them in that way. If further details, maybe you can log onto your website or call to the customer service to check.
All right. So you don't offer these services to help people to check. They just approach the banks directly.
We are just a consultancy company only. We also guide them to the bank, okay, to let the bank to answer them.
I see.
We provide to them, yes.
Right. So this moratorium is for existing loans that people have with their banks, right? So this is a big help, no doubt about that. But what about other types of loans that are available?
All right. Not available or available?
Financial assistance that's available, such as for SMEs particularly.
All right. So for SME, if let's say for SME loan, right? Because government have allocated about 3.3 billions, okay, since February, okay, to the SME. So that if let's say you are the existing bank, okay, you can enjoy for the interest rate for 3.75%.
Correct.
Up to 1 million. Okay. The best part is the first 6 months, you don't need to pay any interest and also the installment. You only need to pay the installment on your 7 months.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So that for this, the first 6 months, maybe you can focus on your business to recovery, whatever things. Okay. I think this is very good.
What is the criteria for eligibility? So if I'm interested in this SME loan, what is the criteria?
So most of the bank are special offers to their existing bank. And of course, this SME, you have to business at least 3 years and above. And also you need at least 2 years auditor report. Okay. Then you have to show that, okay, 6 month bank statement, which is you are affected by this COVID-19. Example, my monthly turnover probably 1 million every month. That is last year without COVID-19 effect. But after COVID-19, probably my bank statement is monthly turnover is only 200 to 300. is badly affected. This is the best evidence to show to the bank. And then they will, based on these requirements and evidence, probably that they will process for your loan. And under this SRS special release financings, with the interest is only 3.75% per annum.
Right. So it's interesting, but of course, the banks will look into the historical trend in your numbers in your bank statements. But this COVID-19 is hit us so suddenly, right? I think it came in the beginning of January in the case of Malaysia, right? And you can see sales being affected. If you're talking about the retail sector, they were talking about somewhere between 20 to 30% in the month of February, and then reduction to 60 to 90% even in the month of March. But we were already struggling even before COVID-19. We were victims of a trade war that was happening. There were also poor consumer sentiments, and then compounded with right now, oil price depression, and there were also political uncertainty then. So how do the banks sift out, these things? What has actually impacted us? Which is COVID, which is not? How do they? What goes through the minds of the bankers? Can you take us through?
Okay, every SME industry also from different industry lah. So that let's say sometimes, if let's say based on like this COVID-19, probably before that, if let's say tourism we before this COVID-19, tourism industry, the loan probably might not easy to get approved, because for the default rate is a bit high. Okay, for the future next 6 months, next 1 year, probably the market, the economy not recover yet. But right now the bank already have implement this thing already. I think that is a good sign.
All right, Mr. Edmund Kong. Other than the moratorium as well as the loans for SMEs, what is this enough? What are your hopes? What do you think should be given, or should be announced? We all know that on Friday there's going to be an announcement on an additional stimulus package by the government. What are your hopes on that? What are the stark gaps that are available right now? That is existing right now that SMEs, businesses should look forward to, and even individuals should look forward to.
Okay, for individual, we last week we know that the government already announced that withdraw the EPF, but beside the EPF, that we hope that like other country, okay, the government will give every people certain what do you call that, financial support, like 600 to 800, okay, a weekly, okay, or maybe 1,000 to 2,000 a weekly, a month, so that in order to help them to go through these periods, because for the individual, the living expenses might have a burden to them. So for SME, right, I hopefully bank up and coming will have more relaxing approval policy, okay, to easy the loan approve in order to help the SME to go through to this next 3 months the periods, because and as long as SME is survive, the employment rate will be lower and an individual problem will be solved immediately.
Right, that's why because SMEs provide jobs for 2/3 of the Malaysian working population. Yeah.
And hopefully the MCO will be end soon, probably as promised, like PM say 14th of April. So everyone can go back to the work as usual, like normal. And also the COVID-19, the virus will be back to normal and reduce, so that everyone can back to the life middle of April. And the business can be recovered and start back by May.
Right. I'm just going to hold you on your prayers that everything goes back to normal. That sounds very optimistic. I love that. But you, before that, you did mention that you are praying, you are hoping for more relaxed approval policy. What do you mean by relaxed approval policies?
All right. Because for bank it's very simple. If let's say we found that your track record, your secrets report, okay, have been 3 months delay payment or 2 months delay payments, probably you're considered a high risk customer to the bank. So that in this kind of situations, bank a bit hard to get the approval for our customer. For this period, right, I hope that this kind of problem can be easy, okay, have be released to the SME and more easy for them to get approval. And also the loan size amount can be bigger as well in order to help them to get supporting enough fund to go through these periods.
Right.
And also the
please carry on.
And also the interest as well. Yeah.
Right.
Because the interest, if let's say can be lower a bit, then will be help that as a lot too.
Relaxation of criteria, higher loan amount, and lower interest. That's quite a big exposure for banks, you know, especially for the so-called high-risk people. And now with these extraordinary times, you are asking the banks to take even bigger risks. Are the banks willing to do it? How do you, yeah, how do you square this?
All right. So that of course have to yeah, of course let's say if it's too serious for the bad repayment, so of course it cannot. This is not because of COVID-19 that affecting their business. Okay, so that of course this one not easy to get how to say that
Approvals.
yeah, approvals. Yeah, so I have to look back to their business and see that if let's say it's really a potential business, so that maybe can easy and give them a relaxing policy approval.
Okay, how can you at Trillion Capital Management help these individuals who want to probably make improve on their chances of obtaining these loans, getting higher loans for longer periods of time at lower interest rate? So what roles do you play? How do you assist these individuals?
Okay, for individual, right? Because in Malaysia, I can say that the living expenses are also quite high. Example for their commitment also quite high as well. So example for 10,000 income, their commitment probably sometimes based due to 3 to 4 credit cards. Probably the minimum payment for the credit card also 3 to 4,000 or 5 to 6,000 already, and one car and one housing loan. So if let's say all these things is happen, right? If let's say they want to apply for the bank additional loan, a bit hard to them. So maybe they can go through our advisory. We will have providing a one-to-one consultations to them. And every customer also different problems. That's why we will provide a tailor-made strategy to them as well, in order to help them to reduce their commitment or probably reduce their monthly repayment and also the interest in order to help them to get out from the debt life. So that because most of the Malaysians, okay, about 76% are no saving because of the high commitment as well. Probably based on my experience, most of them are the debts is come from the credit card debts and also the personal debts. That's why if let's say come to our advisory, we will try to provide them a solutions in order to solve all these problems.
Right. Does it entail a change in their lifestyle?
I just can say that I cannot change their lifestyle. I just can provide a solutions to them. From those days, probably their commitment that much, I try to lower down.
So
okay,
you
probably from 5%. Yeah, we try to restructure their monthly repayment. Okay, to a better bank loans. Okay, we longer their repayment tenor in order they have some cash flow on hand. Okay, So don't so stress on the commitments. But if let's say their lifestyle didn't change, end of the day, whatever loan solutions, whatever bank facilities also cannot help them.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, but right now it's not just business as usual. We are now in unusual circumstance. Are you how is your advisory? How is your advice going to change? Right now we are in even more challenging circumstance. How is your advice going to be different this time with COVID-19?
Okay, I just can say stay home, duduk rumah diam-diam. Okay, try to cut down your cost. Okay, don't buy the not necessary things. Even though the Tesco and Giant is and all the hypermarket are open every day, so no need to buy one shot so many things for 2 months, because this is only will create a lot unnecessary things. You only buy more unnecessary things that will incur your debts. Probably right now, because in Malaysia it's affected since January until now. Most of the people probably also using their credit card for their living. If let's say we continue to spend unnecessary, this only continues to incur and increase your credit card debts. So that end of the day, maybe you're paying high interest. That's why I always say that if let's say we didn't control well and to control our lifestyle well, we are also banker. Why so banker? Banker means that we're working for the bank. Whatever salary we receive every month, end of the day we pay back to the bank, and then with nothing. That's why I call banker.
Right. That's an interesting way of putting it. So if so how do I know what is the trigger for someone, either a business owner or an individual, to say, I think I'm in trouble. I think I'm going to have problems repaying, my debts. And what is usually the trigger point to say, I've got to meet somebody like Edmund Kong?
Come again, sorry?
How would someone know that, okay, this is time for me to meet somebody like Edmund Kong? I need help. Usually, what are the trigger points? Make
Okay.
someone realize that
Okay.
he needs help.
When they don't dare to see their credit card statement, when they don't dare to open their bank envelope, it's a signal to meet their banker, to see
Right.
us banking advisory, to solve their, because they know that if let's say they open the envelope, they know that it's a monthly statement saying that overdue how much and need to pay how much. This is stress to them already.
Right. So, but these are all lifestyles of people in an ordinary situation. But what about right now with COVID-19, where they still have jobs, but they have risk, of losing their jobs in a couple of months down the line?
Yeah, I just can say probably right now the moratorium program is implemented already by the government, but we really don't know how the effect and the impact for this COVID-19 for out and coming for this next month and next 3 months, or probably next 6 months. So if let's say this thing is not solved yet for the next 3 months, probably every company also will close down, and very high possibility that we might get unemployed. All right. So since because bank is always look into your secrets report, and last few months we still working, our record still nice. Since that, try to put a seed, okay, plant a seed, okay, to apply a backup fund, okay, in order, if let's say when the next 3 months, if let's say got any uncertainty happens, okay, at least beside our saving, we also have some funds, some bank loan to support us in order to go through these periods.
Right.
Because if that's when you until you're unemployed already, okay, retrenchment already, you're not working already, bank would not give you any approval to your loan.
Right, because it's too late. Yeah.
That's too late. That's why don't always apply the loan when too late. Since we can foresee the next 3 months, a lot of uncertainty happens. Try to do some emergency fund, do some backup plans, okay, for your next 3 to 6 months.
I see. Right. As a parting word, do you have any advice for the viewers tonight?
For the viewers tonight, any advice? Okay, since the COVID-19 is still spread outside, so that I really advise that really stay home. Okay, don't go out. Okay, even though you go out, also wear mask. Okay, and then try to don't buy unnecessary things. Okay, because you only increase your credit card debts. Because most of the people right now, I can see the statistic past few days, the credit card debts is keep increasing in the bank. And also as what I said just now, plant a seed, no matter SME or also the individual. Okay, try to call to your bank or seek for any financial advice. Okay, for your next 3 months to 6 months cash flow. Okay, or else we don't know what gonna to be happen for the next 3 months and 6 months, because China also spent about 2 months. They spent about 135 billions. Wow. They only can control the whole situations. We now it's only 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. We don't know whether 1 month we can solve all these problems or not. So that a lot of uncertainty is going to happen. But of course, we believe that our problem is not that serious compared with China. So that plant a seed, okay, and don't spend unnecessary things. And wait for the government plans every day and look for the news, because maybe from the news we know the next week what we can do.
Right. So thank you so much for making time to share your knowledge and expertise with our viewers. So ladies and gentlemen, we have got Mr. Edmund Kong, the CEO of Trillion Capital Management. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bruce. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night. Keep safe.